bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Her quiet strength helped set the civil rights movement into motion in the early 1950s. It was December 1st in 1955 when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat to a white male passenger. I would like you to join me in welcoming Rosa Parks to our KTVF studios.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the introduction, I mentioned a little bit about the historical moment in 1955. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to ride on a bus, first of all, in Alabama?
Well, it was very depressing to ride the bus in Alabama during the time when we had legally forced segregation. And of course it was developed in order to make the white people feel superior and us feel inferior. And of course I never believed I was inferior to anybody. And I was really into wanting all of us to be free. And if we were in a free country, I thought we should enjoy the freedom.
Now, in 1955, the buses were situated where blacks had to sit in the back. From my understanding from my readings, was it like the first 10 seats were reserved for white passengers?
Well, they always reserved the front seats for white passengers, even if they did not get on the bus. They were supposed to leave some empty for white passengers. However, if some drivers saw fit to have people to stand up when there were white people standing, then of course that was when I was arrested. There was one man standing after a few white people got on the bus. And when the driver told the four of us, there were four, one man who was sitting next to the window and I was sitting next to him on the aisle, and two women were across the aisle from us. He told us to stand up and let him have those seats because one white male passenger was standing. And when the other people did reluctantly get up, I remained seated, and that is when the driver said he'd have me arrested, and I told him he could do that. And he did call the policeman and have me arrested and taken out the bus and taken to jail.
Had been involved with the NAACP long before that. I believe it was 1943 when you became involved?
Oh, yes, I was a member of and joined the NAACP in 1943, became a secretary, and of course I worked as a secretary. And also when we had the opportunity to organize a youth council of young people, I was the advisor to the youth council also.
You also had another special project, which was registering blacks in Montgomery to vote, which you had a difficult time doing as well.
Yes, we had a very difficult time. Mr. E.D. Nixon was one of our leaders in Montgomery at that time, and he was very concerned about our not being able to register to vote. And of course it took me quite a while to get my certificate of registration, which I did after trying, beginning in 1943 up until 1945. They would have a certain time when they would open the books for registration, and if you now if the white people were getting registered, they would get their certificate immediately. And then they would tell us that they would mail, if we passed, they would mail the registration to us. And so when we didn't get it, they would tell you didn't pass, but they wouldn't say what you had failed in. And that was very humiliating and very degrading to feel that you could not even register to vote in a free society.
Wonderful. I think the theme for the program is where we have been.
Where have we been and where are we going?
And I believe your 83 years here on this earth summarizes that. And I want to thank you again for joining us and just being the wonderful person that you are.
Well, thank you.
And setting an example that we can all follow. That's going to wrap things up for this special edition of Perspective. I'm Gwendolyn Johnston. Have a wonderful week. Good night.
Peace and goodwill for all people is the goal that we seek as we go place to place.